going on, everyone? John Matrix here. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day wherever you're at and whenever you're watching this. We're going to be jumping into some more SCP here today. We're going to check out SCP-2197 Shop Class Euclid Inscription Humanoid SCP by the Vulcan. Links down below in the description to the original video without my commentary and reaction, and to the Vulcan's channel. So please do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, go over to his channel. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on his channel if you haven't already. If you enjoy SCP videos, he makes a lot of great ones, so show the man some love. Go check out his membership page, check out his Patreon, all that kind of stuff. You want to take your support for him to the next level. If you would like to take your support from my channel to the next level, there's a join button underneath the video, as well as a link in the description to the YouTube membership benefits and tiers that I have to offer for my channel. So if you've been around for a while and you want to take your support to the next level, check all that stuff out, see if it would have any interest for you. Regardless, thank you guys very much for just taking the time to come in and hang out and watch the video. Greatly appreciate it. With all that stuff said, let's jump in here. So again, SCP-2197 Shop Class Euclid Inscription Humanoid SCP by the Vulcan.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
My name is
Dr.
Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-2197. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Because neither SCP-2197 nor the lot on which it is built are recorded on any official documents, the Foundation has been able to effectively assume legal ownership of SCP-2197 by purchasing the buildings on either side of it, the lots of which legally encompass SCP-2197's location.
Kind of hard to read with that. Is that Anziaro's Curio Shop? Something like that. Kind of hard to see if these are R's or N's. Anziano's, something like that. But yeah, so it's some kind of curio shop, huh?
A small contingent of Foundation personnel have been permanently assigned to manage these properties. A small filling station with
Or is that a G? I don't know. Anyway.
Automotive repair shop and a 5-unit motor lodge. Civilian motorists lured into the proximity of SCP-2197 are to be intercepted by these personnel and given whatever assistance they require in order to leave the area. Once a week, D-Class personnel wearing a remote surveillance kit is to enter SCP-2197, engage in conversation with SCP-2197-1, and make a purchase.
Interesting.
Due to local residents' length of exposure to SCP-2197 and their habitual reticence regarding it, mass administration of amnestics has been ruled out. See Ethics Committee Report 2197-901.
That would be a problem. Couldn't sit there, and just keep using amnestics just because of supply and demand issues, right? I mean, that could be a problem in and of itself. But then, like, obviously, you keep using amnestics on people, that would start probably giving them brain damage. So at that point, you might as well just, like, kill them all and just, you know, quarantine it better.
As residents have observed Foundation personnel steering visitors away from SCP-2197, they have become increasingly accepting and even friendly towards the members of the permanent contingent. These social relationships are to be used in conjunction with monitoring of mail and electronic communications in order to identify and isolate individuals who pose an unacceptable risk to containment. Description: SCP-2197 is a one-story structure located in Maine, an unincorporated township between U.S. Route 1 and the Atlantic coast. The words Anziano's Curio Shop are etched in stylized lettering on a large storefront window displaying what appear to be various secondhand goods.
Okay.
Individuals traveling by motor vehicle in or near experience a greater than expected rate of mechanical difficulties, GPS malfunctions, flat tires, unexpectedly low fuel, and loss of cellular reception.
Wouldn't that be interesting, right? Like if you were some kind of reality bender SCP and that's how you just used your powers. You just had like some kind of shop, you know what I'm saying? Some kind of little pawn shop or, you know, a little flea market area or something like that. Nothing major. And just, you know, you made like a little field next to this highway that just happens to pass by, and oh, You guys run out of fuel more often, or, you know, you get a flat tire a little more often. Oh no, you have to come and visit my shop. Darn.
Affected motorists frequently seek assistance and while delayed, they often enter SCP-2197 due to its location between the township's only mechanic and its only lodgings. Residents and the surrounding area do not appear to experience these travel-related difficulties, and will sometimes obliquely warn those affected away from SCP-2197.
Interesting.
Foundation personnel briefed on SCP-2197 also appear to be unaffected by this phenomenon.
So it's something that affects people who aren't aware of it. Interesting. Almost kind of like it's setting a trap for prey.
Site 11's Shamanic Analysis Unit has concluded that the effect targets only unsuspecting individuals. Those entering SCP-2197 are greeted by a humanoid entity resembling a stooped elderly man in an apron, designated SCP-2197-1. The entity will introduce itself as Mr. Anziano, engage in small talk, and encourage the visitor to browse. If an individual expresses interest in an item, SCP-2197-1 will speak highly of the effort involved in its manufacture and the good character of its maker, often remarking that he tried his best. Most items purchased from the shop display anomalous properties. SCP-2197 first
I wonder if he sells entertainment items.
came to the Foundation's attention when routine monitoring of Vatican email traffic flagged an inquiry from the Archdiocese of Boston on behalf of a parishioner who claimed that an antique doll she had purchased on a trip to Maine had been harassing her with ineffectual attempts to harm or inconvenience her.
A possessed doll, huh?
The doll was retrieved and is currently designated SCP-2197-2. It has proven capable of movement and vocalization, albeit with a severe speech impediment. Class B amnestics
A doll with a speech impediment. Interesting.
were administered to the purchaser, her parish priest, and the Archbishop of Boston. Somewhere on each item, typically the back, underside, or interior, is a single small glyph written in a hemoglobin-like substance, the design of which differs from item to item. Foundation linguists have concluded that the glyphs are backward renderings of the first, second, third, fourth, and sixth letters of the Aramaic alphabet. Some glyphs are appended with a plus or minus sign. The permanent contingent has compiled a representative sample of items purchased by D-Class personnel from SCP-2197. See Document 2197-101. Document 2197-101. Log of items obtained from SCP-2197. SCP-2197-5. Description: a green Western Electric Model 2500 landline phone, which rings from 1 to 6 times a month, regardless of whether it is connected to an active phone jack.
Wonder what's on the other
If
side.
an individual picks up the receiver, a static voice resembling that of a young girl will whisper 7 days, and the call will disconnect.
That is very creepy. That would kind of freak me out, honestly. If I pick up a phone and I hear a little girl, 7 days, and then hang up, like, okay, great.
Exactly 7 days later, whatever phone happens to be the closest to the subject will ring. If the subject answers, an identical voice will whisper, "It's been 7 days,"
That's
and
it.
the call will disconnect. No.
Like, I for sure would think I got pranked then. I for sure would think that I was on some kind of TV show, something, right? Like some kind of reality show was following me around, watching me like be paranoid and in the 7-day period. And then like at the end, it's like, it's been 7 days. And that's it. I mean, if that's the only bad consequences that happen, okay. You know?
No further effects have been noted. Glyph, Gamma minus. SCP-2197-10. Description: an irregularly shaped concave object, with several notches in its outer rim, apparently made of clay containing flecks of ash. When any individual with a history of tobacco use who has not consumed any form of tobacco since the last full moon comes within approximately 6 meters of the item, a lit cigarette emerges from the item and slides into one of the notches, with the filter side pointed toward the individual. These cigarettes are reported to possess an intensely unpleasant smell and taste.
Nice.
Approximately 65% of test subjects who smoked the cigarette required hospitalization for sulfur dioxide poisoning. In all such subjects, the traumatic experience caused an extreme aversion to subsequent tobacco use.
Okay.
Glyph, Gamma minus. SCP-2197-13. Description: a poorly constructed birdhouse with no known anomalous properties.
That's kind of weird, right? So everything but this little poorly constructed birdhouse seems to have anomalous properties.
Glyph, Wall. SCP-2197-16. Description: a small antique desk lamp operated by a toggle switch at its base, with the on and off positions labeled. When operated by an individual unfamiliar with the lamp, the functioning of the switch is reversed so that the off position turns the lamp on and vice versa. Once a particular user becomes accustomed to the reversed function, the switch begins to operate correctly. This process repeats each time the user forms an ingrained habit regarding how to operate the switch. Glyph, Daloth. SCP-2197-22. Description: two unadorned 20 cm by 60 cm pieces of sheet metal sold together as bookends. Each one has two 90-degree bends equidistant along its longer axis, forming a squared U-shape resembling three sides of a cube. When one of the items is picked up, it begins to grow in size, doubling in volume every 10 seconds until it becomes too heavy or unwieldy for the subject to hold. Upon slipping out of the subject's grasp, the item instantly reverts to its original size. Holding both pieces at the same time or fitting them together into a cube appears to produce no additional effect. Glyph, Daloth minus. SCP-2197-25. Description: a 32-page coloring book. The picture on each page is rainbow and/or unicorn themed. Any individual who fully colors in at least one page of the book experiences increased good luck thereafter, as confirmed by Foundation statisticians using a random number generator. Within a week of coloring in the page, the subject invariably meets an ideal romantic partner and enters into a long-term relationship. On both occasions on which D-Class personnel were used to test the item, an unusual confluence of events led to the subject escaping Foundation custody shortly before scheduled termination.
Okay.
Along with a D-Class of the opposite sex with whom the subject had recently formed an attachment.
Interesting. So D-Classes were scheduled for termination that colored in a page would meet with another D-Class of the opposite sex who was also, I guess, set to be terminated, and they somehow managed to escape custody. I mean, that's pretty lucky, especially considering Foundation, but I mean, I guess stuff slips Foundation containment all the time, so.
Glyph, Wall.
But I mean, that's pretty intriguing, right? So like, if you like knew that would happen, right? Like, do that and play the lottery, do that and, you know, color a page, go to Vegas, you know, start winning some money.
SCP-2197-27. Description: an item which appears to be a normal wooden cuckoo clock, aged but in good condition, until it is mounted to a wall of a structure owned by the purchaser, at which point it reveals its true form and cannot be removed short of demolishing the wall on which it is mounted. The cuckoo clock is made from a human head, neck, and chest cavity, apparently still living, with a brass pendulum and clock face.
Yikes.
The lungs have been removed and the ribs spread to display the swinging pendulum inside the chest cavity, which has sharp blades designed to pierce the individual's sides with every swing.
Jesus.
The clock face is wedged into the mouth, the jaw having been stretched open to accommodate it. The eyes constantly dart about and grunts of pain may be heard from the throat. At the top of every hour, the pendulum and clock face rapidly heat to degrees centigrade, causing the throat to emit cries of pain reminiscent of the sounds of a non-anomalous cuckoo clock. The number of cries has been observed to be consistently appropriate to the hour being struck. Glyph, a lap plus.
Good Lord. Talk about torture. What the...
This concludes today's lecture. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye there, Dr. Miller. Like, I mean, like, what? I'm trying to think, right? Like, would the Foundation be able to do anything to help that individual, or would they even want to? Would they want to just like study it? You know, because I mean, it's the Foundation, it's an anomalous thing. Would they just sit there and keep that person like, yeah, would they just keep that thing quarantined and just have someone sit there and observe it? And like, just being an SCP staff member that would have to sit there and watch that would be terrible, right? Just every hour having to, excuse me, having to like listen to it get, you know, injured and cry out in pain to, you know, let you know what it's just like, yeah. And would there be some way that they could actually help that individual be returned to normal, or would it be something where like, let's just, you know, mercy killing and end their suffering, dude? Because like, what all could you really learn from that? Other than, I guess, obviously ways to defend against that potentially happening to anyone else in the future. But I would think they would have to know what caused that to begin with. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just kind of stuck on that last one with the clock, because that just, yeah, kind of, everything else seemed fairly mundane and like, oh, kind of cute. You know, the creepy little girl, you know, on the phone tells you 7 days, then 7 days later she calls you again and says, hey, it's been 7 days. You know, whatever. There's a birdhouse that doesn't do anything. Stuff like that. Some cigarettes that have some sulfur in it that, yeah, if you smoke them, you know, it ain't gonna be good for you, but it makes you not want to have cigarettes anymore. And then a coloring book that brings you a really good fortune for a while, you know. And then from all of that to, oh, there's a clock made out of a human that's still alive, and there's a bladed pendulum that swings and cuts them from the inside, and they feel pain constantly, and oh, every time an hour chimes, it heats up and causes them even more immense pain and causes them to cry out, you know, to let you know what hour it is. Like, okay. But yeah, sounds like a place I would not want to travel by and have my car break down in. I mean, I guess other than to find that coloring book, right? You know, the coloring book would be cool. Again, if that's something that you could, like figure out, it gives you good luck, then yeah, you know, play the lottery, go to Vegas, whatever. I wonder, oh, excuse me. I wonder if there's like, what would happen if you actually color the entire book, right? Does like it reverse all of the good luck you've had and then you have like bad luck forever? Or does it make you like the luckiest person ever because you actually finished coloring the book? You know? Or is it just one of those situations like each page you color, you get a certain amount of luck for a certain amount of time. And then once you finish the book, you know, that's it. Your super luck's run out. You know, I don't know. But yeah, so that was SCP-2197, Shop Class Euclid Inscription Humanoid SCP by the Vulcan. Links will be down below in the description as always to the original video without my commentary and reaction to the Vulcan's channel. Please do me a favor, if you enjoy this video, be sure to go over to his channel, hit that like button. And if you enjoy the SCP videos he puts out, you know, be sure to hit that sub button. Check out his Patreon, and I'm sure he's got, you know, some members benefits on his channel, so check all that stuff out. If you'd like to join us when I do these reactions live with my YouTube members, there's a join button underneath the video, as well as a link in the description to the YouTube membership benefits and tiers that I have to offer. So yeah, if you've been around the channel for a while and want to take your sport to the next level, you can check all that stuff out and see if it would have any interest for you. But yeah, thank you guys just for watching. If you're still here at the very end, it means a lot. Appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to hang out and watch the video all the way through to the end. Yeah, consider leaving a like and a sub if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you all have yourselves a wonderful day.